y'all, hey, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Keish with Real Life with Kay. If you're returning, welcome back to the fam bam. If you are new and you have not yet subscribed to my channel, go ahead, do so now, because we're going to talk about all things pregnancy, IVF. We're also talking about we have a few vlogs coming through from the family, hair, like you name it. If it's a part of my life, then it's definitely going to happen. So make sure you subscribe, you have your notifications turned on, and be a part of the fam bam. All right. So today's video, as you guys can tell from the title, we're going to do a first and second trimester recap. If you do not know, and I don't think you know, but I am in my third trimester, so we're almost at the finish line with baby girl. She's still baking, but we're almost at the finish line. If you have any questions, definitely let me know in the comments below. I'll definitely make sure I respond back to you. Comments, questions, whatever. Make sure you like and share this video. Tell somebody to tell somebody to tell somebody about this video so we can get this video moving. Not only just this video, but all the videos. Just go back. If you have not caught up on my pregnancy, my IVF and pregnancy, go ahead and do that. There is a playlist available. I'll try to link it above. Yeah, I'm terrible at linking it above. I am very well aware of that, and I'll try to put it in the description box, but make sure you go back and watch that so you can kind of catch up with where we are. Right? All right, so without further ado, let's get started. Recap. Just a real quick refresher, if you guys don't know or you have not caught up yet, I'm going to give you a recap. So I was on bed rest. I'm off right now, but I was on bed rest for the first 6.5 months of my pregnancy due to subchorionic hematoma. And that's basically when there is blood between the uterus and the placenta, and it could cause miscarriage. We had a few bleed outs, and we had a couple of emergency room visits, which is what made them put me on strict bed rest, because we had to protect myself and baby. So I literally bled the first 6.5, 7 months of my pregnancy. So that's the part of that we already know. So for my first and second trimester, let's go with the first trimester. The first trimester I experienced extreme nausea. I'm talking about even water made me nauseous. Particularly lukewarm or room temperature water made me nauseous. Prior to pregnancy, I was able to drink that without a problem. But now, once I got pregnant, it was like immediately no. And I did start, because I found out I was pregnant when I was 1 month pregnant. Because it's a part of, that's what happens when you go through IVF. You find out really soon. But I will say my pregnancy symptoms kicked in sooner because I was more cognizant of what I was looking for. And so I did have a lot of those symptoms. So nausea, extreme nausea was definitely one of the symptoms that I had. We tried B12. We tried a couple of different things. I think B12, the Preggy Pops, the ginger, those lasted for like a day and then they got nasty. So I didn't do those for long. But then after that, I went ahead and talked to my doctor. He did prescribe something to me for nausea, but it was a little difficult to take it because it would also make me sleepy. So it was kind of like, yeah, I'm not nauseous no more, but I'm sleepy as hell. So it's like, do you want to be nauseous? Do you want to be sleepy? Because I still had stuff I need to take care of, right? Like day-to-day things, house, wife, mother, things like that. So extreme nausea. I did have medication for it that was prescribed by my doctor that actually worked. What the side effect was drowsiness, and that's what happened. So that was one thing. Second symptom that I experienced was occasional headaches. That didn't last long, and they wasn't the type of headaches that would just put me down like migraine headaches, but they were very, 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 they weren't quiet headaches either. Like they came in and they would last for, I don't know, a couple hours, few hours, and then they will eventually go away. I will say that my feet are swollen. I will say that increasing my water intake helped out a lot. At first I was trying to just chew on ice because the water was nasty, but I did realize that that wasn't enough. So I had to figure out a way. So I did start drinking more water. That was the other thing. I was tired and sleepy. I'm in my third trimester. I'm tired and sleepy now, but we'll get to that when it's time to do a third trimester recap. But I was definitely tired and sleepy. Could barely keep my eyes open. I mean, it was crazy. What else? Achy boobs and nips. Yes, my boobs were sore. My nipples were super sensitive and sore. And just the combination of things. Sometimes they will tingle. Like, it was, I know why I'm doing they would tingle. It was just very uncomfortable. They were very sensitive to the touch. Like, it was, I think for my boys, I experienced sore boobs and tender boobs and things like that, but not to the degree that I experienced with this little girl. So those were definitely things, and there was nothing that you can really do about it because, I mean, at least I didn't know. If you know anything that you could do, comment below, but I didn't know anything that I could do about it, so I just had to kind of deal with it and be gentle when I washed around them. Whew, yeah, very, very sore. The other thing I had, food aversions. I do not get asked a lot, did I have any food aversions, or do I have any food aversions? At the very beginning of my pregnancy, particularly in the first trimester when it started, I could not eat meat. Meat and me were not friends at all. Like, pork, like if I eat breakfast and I had obviously sausages, pork, or bacon, like it feels like my blood pressure would shoot up so high and I would get so sick to where I just can't, like, it was terrible. So, and then if I did eat like chicken or something, that was just as bad. The only way I could really eat or stomach meat is if I had it mixed up real good and something. So, you know, you go to McDonald's, they give you them thin ass patties, and then you get the rest of your little meat, like a double cheeseburger. It's thin patties, the cheese, the mustard, all that stuff. Like, as long as it was disguised, I could do it. But if it wasn't, and it was just like an entree of meat, and then you had your sides, I couldn't just eat that entree of meat. I couldn't even mix it because it had to be mixed in something. Like, it was very weird. For a long time, I thought my baby was going to have me a vegan because we just could not stomach meat. Whether it was breakfast, lunch, or dinner, it wasn't happening. So what we end up doing to combat that, or to substitute for the meat, obviously you can find your proteins and other things, but I did purchase some Ensure protein, and I would drink 1 to 2 of those a day just to make sure that I was getting enough protein into my body. Protein shakes and things like that, because I literally could not eat meat. It eventually went away, but it lasted throughout my second trimester. Cold things. I like, and still now, I like things that are ice cold. Like, my drinks have to be ice cold. Like, if ice cold. If you're gonna give me a drink, it needs to have extra. Like, there are times when we would go to eat, or we'll go grab some food, and I say, make sure you give me a water or a Sprite with extra ice. Like, I need it to be that cold. Like, I almost brain freeze cold. Like, it had to be. If not, I wasn't gonna drink it because it was just gonna make me nauseous. So cold things were like my go-to, particularly when it came to drinks. Like, and I'll eat popsicles and things like that, but I couldn't eat, like, ice cream wasn't really appeasing to me because of the dairy. It was thicker than a popsicle. Like, it was obviously 2 different things. I would kill a popsicle, but I wouldn't really want to do like regular Bluebell ice cream or Brahms ice cream or Baskin Robbins. Like, I wouldn't want that ice cream. I would want actual popsicles because it was ice cold. So that's what I did with that. And then the last thing in my first trimester, y'all, oh my God, I had so much gas. I had so much, like I'm clearing the room type of gas. Like it was coming out of this way and out of the other end, and there's nothing that you can do about it. Like you just have gas, and I was either burping or passing it, child. As long as it was coming out, and it was, listen, y'all, it would feel so good coming out. I'm sorry, but I had gas, and my poor husband, obviously he understands that this is part of it. My body's going through some things, and we have to release some things. But baby, I had gas, y'all, like real gas, and I was clearing the room. Like, bye. You don't want to be in here for this, because if it happened and you're here, can't say I didn't tell you so. So, gas is the other one. For the second trimester, and those are things that happen in the second trimester too. But in addition to the second trimester, I also experienced indigestion, which goes hand in hand with gas. So one of my favorite things that I took was Tums, y'all. Them smoothie kind of Tums, man. Them joints good. Like I would be popping them things like they Skittles because I needed it. And the other thing to come back to indigestion, I stopped eating. He told me not to eat chocolate. He told me after I ate, I had to sit up for an hour or two to allow the food to digest. If not, then indigestion would happen, and you get the burn in your throat, and it's just the worst. That's what you don't want. So I had gas and I had indigestion in the second trimester. I did get a little more energy in my second trimester. I don't know where it came from, but I utilized the energy as much as I could before it all went away, because I just didn't know when it was going to go away. But I definitely had more energy. I started trying to gain my appetite back, but it wasn't much of a difference from the first trimester. I still struggled with some things when it came to food. Also in second trimester, I didn't have any specific cravings. I had some here and there, and when I had them, like, I had to act on them, like, immediately. Like, I wanted funnel cake, and I needed to get that funnel cake. I wanted some CC's pizza and salad with a side of ranch with the little cinnamon things that they get out the oven with the extra cinnamon. Ooh, yeah, it was just so good. I got it, but I had to make sure whenever I get that craving, I have to act on it. If not, I'm going to be miserable. And it has to be the taste that I'm looking for, y'all. It just has to be. But I haven't had too many cravings to where I had to, like, oh my God, I got to have this, got to have. Oh, that's a lie. Dr. Pepper, y'all. I don't know what happened, but once I got pregnant, Dr. Pepper has been my go-to drink. Like, I have to have at least one Dr. Pepper a day. And I like the ones that they sell in the store in the bottle and the can, but them fountain Dr. Pepper drinks, child, those are the best, okay? Them fountain Dr. Pepper drinks are the best. They stronger, they taste better, you put the extra ice on them, y'all. So Dr. Pepper was definitely the other thing that I craved. And I still have it now. Like, I just have to have Dr. Pepper at least once a day. I don't even, like, I try to do like my little London fall drink. That's my fall and winter drink. I drink it hot. Sometimes I drink cold during the summertime, but my fall and winter drink is a London fall from Starbucks. I haven't even won that. Give me a Dr. Pepper instead, and make sure it's ice cold. I don't care how cold it is outside. But we're in Texas, so I don't get that cold. But still, y'all get where I'm going. Dr. Pepper fountain drink with extra ice. It's just the best. I also had frequent urination. Go figure. You got a baby on your bladder. It's just bound to happen that in your bladder is, everything is happening. So frequent urination is gonna happen. I do get up every 2 hours and go to the bathroom. But in the same voice, it's partly because whenever I go to the bathroom, I come back, I drink more water, and I go to bed. And it happens, but that's when it seems like that's when I get majority of my water intake is at night. And so I'm up and up and up. Like, I figure if I'm going to be up, might as well, be productive with your body. So I drink some water. I don't drink a lot of water, but I drink enough in between those 2 hours. So every 2 hours I get up and go to the restroom. And this is prior to me drinking water. I just added water into it. frequent urination, and then throughout the day I'm going. Although, as much water as I do drink, I would think I'm going to the restroom a whole lot more than what I really am, but I'm not. I would think I'm not. It's frequent for me, but compared to other pregnant women, it's not as frequent, if that makes sense. So I don't know, but I go enough for my own, compared to my own regular go to the bathroom schedule. I go enough. Insomnia, y'all. Insomnia. Listen, if I'm not struggling to sleep in my first and second trimester, I was having like these crazy vivid ass dreams. And they were so vivid to where I could feel myself, whatever emotion I was feeling in the dream. Let's say if I was crying inside the dream, I felt myself trying to cry in my outer body. Like, it was very, very different. But I definitely had insomnia. And so what we did to combat insomnia is we took, you can take Benadryl or you can take Unison. Consult with your doctor. This is just what my doctor told me I could do. And I took Unison. And baby, them Unison tabs are really, really small. They really, really small. But they will put you on your ass, okay? They had me knocked out. But I stopped taking Unison because I found out that it does. And for some reason, I didn't think it crossed the placenta, but it actually do. And so, because it crosses the placenta, my baby would obviously get the Unison too. And she would be asleep. And I'd be like, the next morning when I'm up and she not moving around like she would normally move around, I get nervous. And I'd be like, because y'all know we had complications. Like, so I need to feel you move every time I can feel you move. And so I'm poking and poking and poking. She wasn't moving. And I'm shaking. I'm like doing a little jiggle with my belly. She ain't moving. And I'm like, man, I think my baby still tied off that Unison. I ain't like it. So because I couldn't get her to react the way I needed her to react, and I knew that it crossed over to the placenta and she got sleepy too, I stopped taking it. And I just kind of dealt with it and just said, screw it, it is what it is, you know. So Unison was it. For my insomnia, it works. Benadryl works, but again, I just didn't feel comfortable with her getting in Unison too. Not saying it's harmful to her. I just didn't like the fact that she wouldn't wake up when I woke up. So, and she normally beat me up. I'm just saying. The other thing I have is the dark skin. So I noticed as I go along in my pregnancy, my skin gets darker. So I have darker under here, which when I had PCOS, I had dark patches. But this is just dark skin. So it's like darker under here, underneath my arms, and then like certain crevices of my body is darker. So I do notice that my skin is definitely getting darker. But ain't nothing I can do about it. So it is what it is. But that's the other thing I noticed. And did I tell you constipation? It ain't never went away. I'm in my third trimester and I'm still experiencing constipation, y'all. Still. And I just don't know what to do about it. I don't. I have no clue what to do about it. Like, I have some Colates that I can take every day. But I don't think it's enough. I don't think it's enough at all. So, I don't know. Yeah. That's the recap that I have for you guys. The next video I'm going to tell you guys, and I'm going to look the exact same. It's going to be about my essentials. And that's going to be a short video too. But I think with the first and second trimester, even my third trimester, it's not a lot that you need to be comfortable. But it's definitely stuff that I recommend. So stay tuned for that. Until we talk again, guys, that's all I have. Yeah, this is awkward. Okay. Thank you guys so much for watching. Peace and blessings.